A Crete teenager is encouraging others to get vaccinated. She had COVID and wants to use her story to help others. New at 5, Channel 8's Yosef Nasser joins us now with her story. Yosef?
Good evening, Rod. Marley says she first got COVID-19 at Thanksgiving of last year. She didn't think much of it at the time. It wasn't until a high school basketball game 2 months later where she realized something had gone seriously wrong.
I had trouble breathing. I couldn't get up and down the court. I had to get pulled out like every quarter or so to take a break because I couldn't breathe.
Crete High School junior Marley Stone says she first began experiencing symptoms in a January basketball game.
I felt like I had to take a break right away. My heart's racing. It's just hard to breathe, and I knew I wasn't that out of shape.
Doctors tried everything to figure out what was wrong with her.
I went to the doctor a lot to get breathing tests done. I got an inhaler, and that still didn't seem to be working, so I went to see Matthew Baker, and he gave me beta blockers to help my heart.
That's when Marley was diagnosed with post-COVID syndrome.
She did have some significant dysregulation of her heart rate, where her heart rate normally in young healthy athletes like herself would tolerate lots of activity before picking up speed, and hers was really taking off racing with minimal activity and was really affecting both her performance and just overall quality of life.
Dr. Baker told me that if there was scarring on my heart that I may never play again. It was really scary, and I never thought that that was a possibility from COVID.
Fortunately, doctors say her long-term prognosis is good, with an MRI revealing that she had no damage to her heart. However, just as the Crete basketball and softball star was returning to action, she experienced another setback. She tore her ACL in a June Summer League game.
And instead of going to ball games, we're going to doctor's offices. That kind of stunk.
In the meantime, she and her family want to use her story to encourage people who are eligible to get the COVID-19 vaccine so they don't have to experience what she did.
As a nurse, but also as a parent, I want other parents to know that COVID is real.
It's definitely worth it because the impacts that I've had, I really wish that I could have had it so that I wouldn't have to have COVID. I wouldn't have to go through this tachycardia and be out of sports because I can't breathe as a 16-year-old.
Now, Marley got her first vaccine shot about a month ago, and earlier this afternoon she sent us these pictures of her getting the second shot with a big smile and a thumbs up. Now, as for her sports career, Marley originally tore her ACL on June 23rd, a point guard in basketball and a shortstop in softball. She tells me she's facing a 6-month recovery, but is hopeful to return to the court in January. Of course, we're wishing her nothing but the best here at Channel 8. Back to you, Rod.
Definitely.